afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Saturday, March 30th, and you know what that means. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, trying not to cross paths with the final boss, Jeremy Pierce. You know you can check me out on the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. Website is live. In today's show, with this being Women's History Month and the month is almost over, I thought we could have some fun and build the Women's Ring of Honor roster. This show was originally building the Ring of Honor roster again, but times have changed. I wanted to look at the Women's Ring of Honor roster and make some choices, make some moves, but for now, you know what's next. So just go on and hit my music. So, Ring of Honor, and we're gonna take this list. We're gonna look at the best Ring of Honor's matches since the reboots. I didn't want to get into a lot of the women's matches. I want to save that for maybe something else. But here, we're going to look at the reboot and look at the best matches. Let's just go. Number 5, Athena versus Billie Starkz for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship at Final Battle 2023. This was beautiful. This was the culmination, kind of the Minion storyline being ran by Athena with Billie Starkz and Alexi Nair. And we all believe the culmination would be Billie Starkz defeating Athena for the Women's Championship. Athena has been the forever champion. She has been dominant and has been a good mentor for Billie Starkz, the young prodigy. I'm putting her in the same class as Roxanne Perez. Is only, I think, 19 or 20, and she just gets the wrestling business. She knows it. She loves it. And her and Athena put on a showstopper of a match. It was the main event. Athena has main evented 2 or 3 Ring of Honor pay-per-views so far, and this was beautiful. Billie Starkz didn't win, and the story continued. Number 4, Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston for the Ring of Honor World Championship at Supercard of Honor. Eddie and Claudio hate each other, and the hate comes from a lack of respect. Pretty much from Claudio's thing. Eddie has always said he's respected his contemporaries. He respected Claudio Danielson. He just wants that respect reciprocated. And these two, because of their history, because of the animosity that goes back 10, 15 years, it brought another emotional level to this match. Eddie, Claudio were just great. They told a beautiful story, because Eddie Kingston's that dude who can tell beautiful stories, and this served as the next stepping stone in the redemption, not necessarily redemption, but the climb of Eddie Kingston. Claudio retained here, and we all thought he would win, but he won the championship later at Grand Slam. Claudio and Eddie, their newfound respect for each other after the match just made everything so much more brilliant here. Number 3, Athena versus Willow Nightingale for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship at Death Before Dishonor 2023. This was, I believe, the first women's main event of a pay-per-view for Ring of Honor or AEW. And Athena was, again, still the forever champion. She's still the forever champion. And her and Willow were fantastic. I really believed Willow was going to win. Y'all know me. I love me some Willow Nightingale. I really thought Willow was going to win. I really thought it was. I thought Billie Starkz was going to win. But Athena and Willow hit all of these major moves, these power moves, top rope, outside, kickouts. It was just so good. And I think this match really is the one that helped put Willow Nightingale on the map, because we've seen how far she's come since then. Number 2, the BCC versus FTR and Mark Briscoe in a fight without honor at Final Battle 2023. You're hearing this a lot. Final Battle, Supercard, Death Before Dishonor. But this was the essentially a tribute match, 1 year anniversary, respecting Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe had passed away in a car accident the previous year, and all of these men had experience with Mark and with the J. So they just went out there and just beat the holy hell out of each other and almost stole the show until Athena and Billy did. The BCC, consisting of Danielson, Mox, and Claudio, were always going to lose this match, and we know the beautiful relationship that Mark Briscoe has with FTR. These guys went out there, put on a match of all matches, honoring our fallen friend and Jay Briscoe. Number one, the entire Briscoe's FTR trilogy. If I had spaced this out and added all three of their matches, they would all be in the top 5. They would all be in the top 3. Tag team wrestling is beautiful. And when you have two teams that respect the art form, that respect the craft of tag team wrestling, you will get something beautiful. We know Ring of Honor and AEW. We know what they have with tag team wrestling. And it was pure magical bliss, the kind of things that FTR and the Briscoes were able to put together. Their 3 matches are absolutely some of the greatest tag team wrestling matches you will ever see. The Bull Rope match, the regular tag team matches. It sucks that we lost Jay, because I could watch FTR and the Briscoes fight all day. These matches were just on another level, and it shows you that with the right in-ring psychology, tag team wrestling can be absolutely beautiful. We'll be right back. We're going to do something a little different here. Instead of choosing a superstar, the spotlight is on the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. The TV title is essentially the mid-card championship. And I've said this so many times. I think when you have a competent roster and a good enough roster when it comes to your women's division, they need 3 things: a world title, a mid-card title, and a tag team championship. And we got the first step in the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. We are going to crown a new champion this Friday at Supercard of Honor, which I will be there. And Tony Khan loves himself a tournament, and they held a tournament for this championship, and they consisted of Kiera Hogan, Diamante, Billy Starks, Robert Renegade, Mercedes Martinez, Trish Adora, Viva Van Abaddon, Rochelle Ellering, Layla Hirsch, Sandra Moon, Red Velvet, J-Rod, Queen Aminata, Sussy Love, and Taya Valkyrie. They got some new names. They got some big names to fill out this bracket, and it was great, because now we have the finals, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But I respect the fact that you have this women's roster, and you see that they can use more, they can deserve more. And we get that with the Women's World Television Championship. Whoever becomes the first winner, I cannot wait to see what they do next. The Women's World Television Championship is something that's needed, and I hope more wrestling companies look at giving their woman a mid-card championship. TNA is probably the exception, because the women can fight for the Digital Media Championship, but I'm really looking at you, WWE. And we did a show about this with a mid-card title, but the Women's World Television Championship tournament, everything leading up to it, absolutely beautiful. We'll be right back. All right. Ring of Honor, the legendary independent promotion, which is back, has been back for 2 years after Tony Khan purchased it. And it's been a wild and bumpy ride, to say the least. It's been a little bit confusing. It's been a little bit strange, but it's been fun. And there are things that still need to be worked out, but it's here. It's not going anywhere. We need it, and I hope Tony Khan finds a way to elevate it more. Part of that probably has to do with the streaming deal. Hopefully that's to come with Max. But today's show, we're looking at the women's roster, because not only is it Women's History Month, but quietly, if you go and watch past Ring of Honor episodes, the women are usually the top priority and usually have the best matches. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build this women's Ring of Honor roster top to bottom with the current women on the AEW and WWE, AEW and Ring of Honor roster. Yes, I think they could probably bring in some more people like Notorious Mimi, for example, but we're gonna work with what we have today. So how's it been so far? It's been fun. It's been a strange ride, and it's getting better. Going from filming in their like personal studio, which was the old Impact Zone, to filming before and after Dynamite and Collision. It's a little tough, but I very much appreciate Tony Khan for sticking with it. I want him to sign Scott D'Amore so bad and put him in charge of Ring of Honor. It would just flourish. But it's been good. So what are the current storylines we have going on with the Ring of Honor right now? Well, we have probably the funniest storyline. Johnny TV and his wife Taya Valkyrie feuding with Dalton Castle. This has been absolutely a standout storyline in professional wrestling. I wish more people were paying attention to it. Now at this point, Taya and Johnny have ownership of the boys, and the things they're doing, absurd. But it's going to finish. And when Dalton Castle gets the boys back, we're all going to celebrate. Dalton Castle is also putting in some excellent work right now. It's just something that's really good to see. Then we have Athena, our forever champion. She can't be beat. She is the current Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She can't be beat. Her current and only Woman of Honor, her Women's World Championship ring, not Woman of Honor, that's done with, is at 475 days. She has been champion for almost 2 years. She can't be beat. And that's okay. We'll see what happens at Supercard. But going through every single woman in the division, she went through Billy. She went through her protege, Billy Stark. She went through Willow Nightingale. She went through Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir. Athena is just on another level right now. And her reign, I'm going to be honest with y'all, her reign is better than Rhea Ripley's right now. Even Rhea Ripley's been champion for over almost a year now. Reign hasn't been that great because they can't put anybody comparable or someone that looks like they can beat Rhea, whereas Athena has looked like she was going to lose the championship multiple times. And lastly, the women's TV title tournament. Tony Khan announced a tournament for the brand new Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. This is the mid-card championship of the Ring of Honor Women's Division, and they've held a tournament to determine the new winner, determine the inaugural champion. And who was a part of this tournament? Kiera Hogan versus Diamante. This is one side of the bracket. Billy Starks versus Robin Renegade, Mercedes Martinez versus Trish Adora, and Viva Van versus Abaddon. That side of the bracket is absolutely stacked. And on the other side of the bracket, we had Rochelle Ellering versus Layla Hirsch, Sandra Moon versus Red Velvet, J-Rod versus Queen Aminata, and Taya Valkyrie versus Sussy Love. Now, this half of the bracket was fairly predictable, and that's okay. But these women all got time, and it was just awesome. And then we're going to crown a new champion the first ever women's television champion at this next pay-per-view. I am very excited to be there and to see it. So with that being said, let's build this Ring of Honor women's roster with the women that we have right now. So these following women will be exclusive to Ring of Honor. That if you want to see their matches, you probably need to watch Ring of Honor. Some will possibly end up in AEW, but more often than not, I want them to stay here to help build up that division. So we have Abaddon, who started on AEW, but it's crowded over there. So Ring of Honor is where she is at. She can do good character work. She can get better working with the veterans there. I have her placed squarely in the TV title portion of the women's roster, not just ready for the main event just yet. Next we have Billy Starks. Right now she's got to be exclusive to Ring of Honor. She is a draw for Ring of Honor. At some point she will make her way over to AEW, kind of like a call up, but she needs to stay in Ring of Honor right now. She is everything. She is something special. She is someone special. Then we have the Renegade Twins. Again, exclusive to Ring of Honor. They've done most of their work recently in Ring of Honor, and they're another draw because we know who they are. They're one of the few true blue tag teams in Ring of Honor, and we're going to dive into it a little bit later when we talk about the potential grouping for championship contenders. Next up we have Diamante, Ring of Honor. She's a well-known name in the wrestling circles. She's going to stay with the TNA. I'm sorry, the TNA, even though she wasn't TNA, the Ring of Honor roster. She is just good, and I'm happy she's finally been signed. Kiera Hogan stays with Ring of Honor. She's another name that can be a draw. She's known, she's liked, she's serviceable in the ring, she's got character. You're going to see that build up and growth with her there. Lady Frost. Now, Lady Frost is a special name because she wrestles all over the world. Most recent place that she's been kind of planted roots in was TNA. And she did some really quality work there, but put her in Ring of Honor and let her grow. Let her be someone who fans can rally behind, whether she's good or bad. She's got a good look behind her. Layla Gray, Ring of Honor. She's currently doing work in OVW right now, and she's just fantastic. And the growth that she's getting over there, the maturity that she's doing, it's perfect. She started out in AEW, but she has since moved to Ring of Honor, has since moved to OVW. She's on the country in AEW. Moved to OVW, but she's going to be good, and she can be another draw. Layla Hirsch. We saw Layla Hirsch, legitimately her start out in AEW, but I think Ring of Honor is the perfect fit for her. She is different from a lot of the women, that she's probably the most technical wrestler in all of Ring of Honor when it comes to the women's division. So keep her there. She is someone I could see, because of her skill set, be a dominant champion, kind of like Gunther. Maria Kanellis Bennett. She's different. She rarely ever wrestles, and she's mainly used as the manager for whoever she's managing. Also, the Undisputed Kingdom. Kind of wish I would see her more in the Undisputed Kingdom. Marina Shafir. Keep her in Ring of Honor. She's another woman who hasn't really gotten a great shot, but has shown she's capable enough. She also had a tag with Ronda Rousey in Ring of Honor. Like, it was something special when there's something that's not really talked about enough. Mercedes Martinez, the veteran, the OG badass. Keep her in Ring of Honor. I don't know if she goes to AEW, she would never really be able to climb the mountaintop in AEW, but Ring of Honor is definitely a place where I can see her dominate. Rochelle Ellering, again, Ring of Honor. Keep her there. She's likable. She's got a good look. And we don't have many horses in the Ring of Honor Women's Division. I think we just have Rochelle and Mercedes Martinez. And then lastly, Trish Adora. Known on the indies, respect like she manages her tag team buddies, the Infantry, Carly Bravo, Sean Dean. And she's another woman who just needs a home, and Ring of Honor can be that home. And then our crossover. These are the women that I want to see in Ring of Honor, but they're primarily going to be AEW, or they're primarily going to be Ring of Honor, and they can be able to switch back and forth with if need be. So we have Emi Sakura. Listen, just so good in the ring. And if you go back and look at some of the top women's matches, they all feature Emi Sakura. She is just so damn good. Period. Anna Jay is primarily AEW, but she just had a quick little stint in Ring of Honor. I would love to see her in New Japan, actually. Anna Jay is, even though she's still young and when it comes to the wrestling game, she already has a following. She already has growth, and people will follow her to Ring of Honor. Nyla Rose, someone else is primarily is going to be AEW, but will come back and do stints in Ring of Honor if need be, like she just did with Athena in that 2 out of 3 falls tables match, which was absolutely bonkers. But it's time to see Nyla Rose back in AEW and wrecking havoc. Taya Valkyrie, again, I don't think she's going to be able to climb the mountaintop in AEW right now, but Ring of Honor, she's already there. She's already putting in great work. She's already known, got the look, got the skills. She's the complete package, and she's someone that I could see be a good dominant champion in Ring of Honor, and then come to AEW and still be a credible threat to whomever and still win gold. And lastly, Athena. Now this one is tough. Part of me wants to keep Athena in Ring of Honor, just let her keep doing what she's doing, but at some point she's got to be called to AEW, right? She's got to be pushed, and pushed well, like she has been pushed right now in Ring of Honor. Our forever champion isn't going anywhere at the time being. So I don't think she's losing to Sheeta at Supercard of Honor, but keep our forever champion where she belongs and where she can help. So right there we have a solid women's division. We've got our exclusive women with a nice mix of names, and then we've got our crossover woman who can always help bring more eyeballs to the product. It's just perfect. So then we have the title contenders. So right now we have our TV championship, and let's take a look at that bracket. So the finals are this Friday at Supercard of Honor, and let's take a look. So we had Kiera Hogan and Diamante, the girlfriends, fight each other. Diamante won that. I wasn't really shocked about that. Billy Starks defeated Robin Renegade. Definitely wasn't shocked about that. Mercedes Martinez defeated Trish Adora, and Abaddon defeated Viva Van. So in the second round, we have Diamante versus Billy Starks, and Mercedes Martinez versus Abaddon. Mercedes was always going to be Abaddon, so she moves on. Billy Starks, when this tournament got announced, we all assumed she would be in the final. So guess what? Billy Starks is in the final. Spoiler alert, she defeats Diamante, she defeats Mercedes Martinez, and she is in the finals. I want the Mercedes loss to lead to Mercedes versus Athena at some point. So who does Billy Starks face in the finals? Well, on the other side of the bracket, we have Rochelle Ellering versus Layla Hirsch. They are actually tag team partners in Ring of Honor. But Layla Hirsch won that. We have Sandra Moon versus Red Velvet. Red Velvet won that. J-Vibe versus Queen Aminata. Aminata won that. And Taya Valkyrie versus Sussy Love. Taya wins that. So in the second round, we have Layla Hirsch versus Red Velvet and Queen Aminata versus Taya Valkyrie. The really shocking loss here was Taya Valkyrie. I thought Taya was going to beat Aminata, But after seeing the social media and everything that's been put around Queen Aminata, yeah, she was going to the finals because Red Velvet defeated Layla Hirsch, and then Queen Aminata defeated Red Velvet to advance to the final. So our final to crown the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, Billie Starkz versus Queen Aminata. This can go either way. It can go either way. I'm pumped. Who do I think is going to win? I think Queen Aminata is going to win. Billie's story has to end with her defeating Athena for the championship. That just makes the most sense. So put your money on Queen Aminata. So who do we have for the Ring of Honor Women's division? I also forgot to add one person for the Ring of Honor exclusives, and that would be Queen Aminata. So who do we have that's going to be a part of the TV championship division? Well, it's very, very simple. So we start off with Abaddon. I don't think Abaddon will ever truly get that push for the world championship, so she's going to be primarily in the TV title contention. Billie Starkz, she's going to be everywhere. TV title, world championship, tag when we get to that. Renegade Twins, TV. Diamante, TV and world. She's another name like the Miz who can go up and down the card. Kiera Hogan, Lady Frost, both TV. Lady Frost, I'm itching towards moving towards the world. Layla Gray, TV, TNA. Layla Hirsch, TV, TNA. Maria Kanellis Bennett, Rena Shavir, TV, TNA. Rochelle Ellering, TV, TNA. I'm tell you why I'm saying TNA. And then Emi Sakura, and she's the last one that will be exclusively for the television championship. That's a nice grouping, right? And then on the world side, we have Billie Starkz, obviously, Diamante, Mercedes Martinez, Queen Aminata, Anna Jay, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, Taya Valkyrie, and Athena. So that's your main event grouping of women. So once again, Billie, Mercedes, Diamante, Aminata, Anna Jay, Nyla Rose, Shida, Taya, Athena. That's good. Any of those women can main event and tell you the right story. And then for a tag team, well, I've been saying this for a while. TNA needs to have the Knockouts Tag Team titles be defended elsewhere. Kind of like how the International Championship can be defended in other companies. TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW need to make a deal to allow the Knockouts title to go between the shows. And it will help everybody. The women get a tag team title where you don't have to make one exclusively for AEW Ring of Honor, where you don't have that many women's tag teams. And then you can use TNA, who can use it. They can stop putting two women together just to have them be a tag team. And that's going to get tiring at some point. So who are the tag teams for the Ring of Honor women's division? Billie Starkz with Athena, very, very obvious. That would always happen. Diamante versus Mercedes Martinez. They have tagged before. They've tagged actually a few times together, and it just works. Here's the really funny one. Layla Gray with Taya Valkyrie. I think it would work. Just go and see what Layla Gray's doing in OVW right now. I think it would work. We have the Renegade Twins. Obviously, we have Layla Hirsch with Rochelle Ellering because they are tag team partners. Anna Jay with Ty Conti when she comes back, and Nyla Rose with Marina Shafir. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. Am I getting that right? Billie and Athena, Renegade Twins, Diamante Mercedes, Layla Taya, Hirsch Rochelle, and Anna Ty. Okay, yeah. So 6 tag teams. That's good. That's 6 tag teams here. That's another 4 or 5 in TNA, and then we count the ones on the main roster of Ring of Honor. I'm sorry, on AEW. That's good. That's really, really, really good. And when you take a step back and look at this division, there's talent. There's talent there. Not only is there talent, they're giving time to wrestle and to shine. I hope one day Ring of Honor can get back to its glory days. I hope Ring of Honor can find a home, both on streaming and a home base where they can train. Because I think AEW needs a performance center or start doing more house shows. But the women have been killing it for a long time in Ring of Honor. That won't change. I don't think that will change. And looking at this roster, I like every single name I see. There isn't someone on this roster where I go, meh, I don't care. They can't do anything. No, this is a roster that can be used all day, every day, just like the roster used in TNA. Make it happen. Make it so. But that is our show this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Our schedule for next week, it is WrestleMania week. We have Let's Talk About It on April 1st, the last Philadelphia WrestleMania. April 2nd, list of the worst modern WrestleMania losses. April 3rd, Let's Talk About It again, the importance of pre-show matches. April 4th, the Filthy Casual, what WrestleMania means to me. I'm working on getting a group of guys for that. And we have Friday, the High Risk Wrestling podcast preview of WrestleMania 40. Of course, we got the High Risk Wrestling recap every single Sunday as well. The April schedule is live. Go check that out. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And as always, Will and Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Bailey, Anna J, Gigi Dola, and Nala Dawn. Holla at your boy. Peace.